Todd, Wendy's, thanks for taking the time, appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having us, Brian, appreciate it.
There's a lot I want to talk to you about, but right off the bat, we've had a lot of news lately. Arby's, your steak, and Buffalo Wild Wings. What are you going to do with this steak? I got a lot of questions on it because everybody knew I was coming to talk.
Yeah, it's still early. As you know, we have 18.5% interest in Arby's. And the question for us is, do we want to continue to invest to hold the 18.5, or do we just get diluted down a bit? So in any case, we're going to get to participate in the upside of Arby's and Buffalo Wild Wings. We got a great partnership with Paul Brown and the team over at Arby's.
He's great.
So we'll keep looking at our options, and we'll make a final decision over the course of the next couple of months.
Wow. So if you were to get out of this, would you want to build the portfolio up again, or is it just plowed back into the business? How do you think about it?
Our focus, and really we want to use our cash, is to invest back into our business for growth. And it's nice that we got a minority stake over in another brand, but we have a great brand, and we have a great team, and we have a great franchise community, and we're really focused at doing things around re-imaging our restaurants, investing back into our food, and really leveraging a technology platform to connect to the next generation of customers.
You had experience in the M&A team back in the day. I mean, you have an extensive resume. Just what is your sense of the market right now? Are we going to see more deals? We talked to P.F. Chang CEO Mike Oslin. He thinks there's going to be a lot of deals next year. What's your sense of it?
I feel the same way. I think you're going to start to see a little more consolidation, and the challenge is any industry where you're actually seeing flattish to 1% customer count growth, so real growth. You do need to actually drive some consolidation, but I think a lot of the consolidation is driven by access to technology, and can you create some scale with technology through loyalty programs so you have the access to information to have that one-to-one communication. So I think that's the power of some of the consolidation that you're seeing.
It's like a Hilton Starwood type of thing.
It's starting to become that. I think in the technology world, information is everything, and how do you better connect to that consumer and really try to change their behavior? That's why you're seeing some of the groups get together.
I still think it's weird. I joked to Paul via email that Arby's and Buffalo Wild Wings. It's just, I can't, it's just weird, but makes sense. Switching gears a little bit, the future of Wendy's. Are we entering a golden age of fast food? I mean, look at this. Speed, convenience, better ingredients. There are a lot of things going on right now that play well to the fast food, the traditional fast food makers.
Absolutely. If you look at it over the last 18 months or so, traditional QSR is the place to be. And we talk about it a lot. Speed, convenience, and affordability. Basic human need continues to drive customers into our segment. Yeah. We can really differentiate on the quality of our food, the quality of the experience.
Fresh beef.
And now that we're upgrading our assets, the quality of the restaurant too. And fresh is still a key driver to bring folks into the restaurant. It's a true point of difference for the Wendy's brand.
Take us through the delivery. I hear, we've been hearing a lot, McDonald's is doing delivery. Obviously, Domino's, been delivering, that's their model. But you guys will probably end 2017 with 2,500 restaurants doing delivery. What has that done to your business?
So we won't be quite at 2,500. We'll be at 1,400 at the end of the year in 48 markets. Gotcha. DoorDash is partnering with us to get up to 2,500 markets very, very quickly. I think what you're seeing is convenience being redefined. The speed of a drive-through will always be important for the consumer, and that's a good differentiator for the brand. But folks want their food where they're at. In a lot of cases, they're at the home. They're having a lot more fun doing entertaining, watching Netflix, whatever it may be. But what we really need to do is make sure we got a good partner to connect to the customer through delivery. And we think that DoorDash is a great partner. A lot of integrity, one dasher per delivery, very quick to get the food there. And we're one of the highest rated QSRs in the DoorDash space, and in fact in the delivery space. So we feel good.
I gotta try this.
Surprisingly enough, our top 2 delivered items, Frosties and French fries. So
Frosties, they don't melt. Really?
Who would have thought?
That's confidence.
Who would have thought? At the end of the day, you want to make sure you have high integrity of your food. Yeah. DoorDash helps do that with one dasher per delivery, but there's demand. The consumer wants some of our unique food items brought to them when they want it.
Can you guys go head-to-head with the pizza delivery guys? And I say that because I think many families don't necessarily know you will end the year with 1,400 restaurants and with delivery options.
I just think it gives more choices. At the end of the day, today it's largely a pizza delivery business, and you get a little bit of Chinese and a few other brands. Folks want variety, and now they'll have choices. And the real winners would be the folks that get you there with high integrity of the food, in 30 minutes or less, at an affordable consumer proposition. And we think we can deliver on those with great tasting food that's truly differentiated, and it comes back to the quality heritage we have. Quality is our recipe.
Grew up watching
we
Dave Thomas on
we
TV.
can keep providing more access to the brand.
Sure. We talked to Patrick Doyle, CEO of Domino's Pizza, and we got into a conversation on artificial intelligence, ordering food off of your Amazon speakers or whatever it is. What are some of your big thoughts? Because they're even testing delivery with cars, autonomous cars. A little marketing, but you can see the future. How are you thinking about that?
Yeah, they're doing a great job. And you know, if you look at some of the folks to benchmark against, you know, clearly Patrick and the Domino's team, somebody that we look at. For us, it's a little bit different. You know, there's things that we have to do to just drive the basic platform. We've got our whole system up on a common POS, which is the platform to be able to bring all of these consumer-facing technologies to life. You know, we now have mobile offers integrated into our app. We will have all of our restaurants up ready to roll on mobile order, mobile pay by the end of the first quarter of next year.
All of them.
All of them. And what we've done is really separated order pay from pickup in our restaurants to have a great experience in the restaurant. The opportunity on technology is how do you create a differentiated experience through the drive-through? So 2/3 of our business is still in the drive-through. And as you think about curbside delivery, is there an opportunity in the future to have a fast pass lane for mobile orders? Those things all really support our operating model quite well and really accentuate speed and convenience.
I wish I had this when I was in high school. I was hanging out in parking lots. You know, how do you envision, you've also been very aggressive in remodeling your restaurants. How are you setting them up differently given mobile ordering? How are you thinking, just even building them and where are you even putting them?
Yeah, so our next generation designs really are centered around technology. So if you think of the flow of the restaurant, you know, you do have a very quick spot where you come in with kiosk, and that's the first point of interruption along the way. So if you want to order at the kiosk before going to the front counter, you have that. We've got a restaurant in Columbus where we actually taken the menu boards out of the restaurant, and you're really accentuating everything from that kiosk. Because what we've done with our 90-degree labs that's doing all the consumer-facing technology, the look and feel of a kiosk is the look and feel in mobile ordering. So how do you continue to move folks into that? And the big news that we have is anybody can take orders faster. What we're proud of at Wendy's is we've been doing fresh, made-to-order, full customization since day one. So we know how to get folks out the door, accurate and fast, and it accentuates what we are. You know, the positives of full customization, but the designs then also complement not just technology, but we have all of our food forward. So you not only get to see it through technology, you get to see it within the restaurant because you get to see us driving our fresh smashes, fresh, never frozen North American beef, fresh cut vegetables. That's a true point of difference for us.
Can you build one of those by us? Because I really want to try, or to keep the secrets closer to home.
No, we've the design that we had. So what we called a restaurant in Columbus, where we've tested a lot of these next generation designs. That has now become kind of the next generation standard design. So as we start building new restaurants in 2018, you'll see a lot of those elements come to life in those in a market hopefully near you, Brian.
Yeah, hopefully. The price points. We've seen the big grill in the space. We've seen McDonald's come out. I mean, $1, $2, $3 new dollar menu. How do you compete against that? Is it just, are we seeing just an outlook of just sharper prices going forward?
Yeah, I mean, value is important in our segment, and you know, at lunch especially, you've got that $4 to $6 consumer that you need to compete in that space. We've been able to really play well with 4 for $4 offerings, so we feel good. We got a differentiated proposition. We keep bringing news to it. We've found ways to trade folks up into the $5 offering, like a giant JBC, chicken tenders at a $5 price point. So we think we can continue to compete, but it's important to have a strong high and a strong low message. You can't just play on the low end. You got customers looking for different options. You got a lot of folks that do want to come in their sensitive price. You got others that want to come in for that great tasting Dave's Single Hot and Juicy or trade up.
So you're thinking protecting your margins here. I mean, obviously that's very important.
It's a balance, and that's why 4 for $4 works for us, right? From a customer perspective, a great deal, and all about fresh that we deliver within a very sharp price point. But at the end of the day, you know, you got drinks and fries, so we help our franchisees also margin mix too.
We talked about a year ago, and I asked you about Nelson Peltz, longtime board member. What is it like having him on the board? Because I look up your stock price, and it's essentially like this when he's on the board. And obviously, he has had one heck of a year with P&G. You have our good friend Ron Shague over Penegor is not necessarily keen or activist investors. What is it like working with him? Because I see that he's driven a hell of a lot of value.
Yeah, no, clearly Nelson's a busy guy. He's got a lot going on right now, but he loves the Wendy's brand. And you know, for a chairman of the board, he eats a lot of meals in Wendy's and gives me a lot of feedback. But what I love about the partnership with Nelson and Tryon, they're focused on really accentuating the core attributes of Wendy's. How do we make hotter and juicier and more melted cheese hamburgers? How do we invest back in the quality like we did when we went to, you know, smaller live weight birds so we got more tender and juicy chicken breasts? How do we continue to re-image the restaurants faster? How do we use next technology to really differentiate the total restaurant experience? Those are things that they're pushing on. Those are what you want your board members to be pushing on. So it's a great partnership.
What's the biggest thing you're jazzed up about in 2018?
Oh, just continuing to accentuate the fresh message, right? Fresh, never frozen North American beef. You know, we all think we know that the consumer really resonates with them. But if you go back in time, in 2015, only 23% of the customers were giving us credit or believed we had fresh beef. You know, we had this a couple of campaigns now. Source so close to the restaurant, it never needs to be frozen. Or fresh is for now, frozen's for later.
You're getting through that message on social media. I mean, that is one of your...
And that's where we get to compliment it. We get to have a little bit of fun. So we can be a challenger with charm, do a little bit of tongue-in-cheek, and we have a lot of engagements with the next generation of consumer, not only making the brand cooler, hipper, but also being able to tell our message about fresh and about full customization.
But you're the only one I think has actually having a discussion with people on social media, not just jamming things down in posts.
And we've put our team in place. We got a social listening team that listens 24/7, a combination of folks within our brand and over at the agency. And we did a lot of work to make sure we understood what the brand voice should be and put the guardrails in place, and then given the freedom to operate to our social listeners, because you got to engage in those conversations real time to make sure it's impactful.
Sure. Well, full disclosure, I'm still a Frosties fan. Todd, thank you so much for coming down.
Thanks,
I appreciate it.
Always appreciate the time. Thank you.